There's a lot of confusion about when to use less or when to use fewer. This video is going to clarify the rules. First of all, we'll look at the general rules, then exceptions, and then situations when the words are followed by of. Firstly, the general rules. Use fewer with nouns you can count. So, for example, there are fewer spiders in the garden than last year. So spiders is a word we can count. What do I mean? I mean we can say 1 spider, 2 spiders, 3 spiders, 4 spiders, and so on. We can count the noun. Use fewer with these words. But use less with nouns you cannot count. For instance, there is less water in the pond than yesterday. We cannot count water. We don't say 1 water, 2 waters, 3 waters, 4 waters. It's what we call an uncountable noun. We can't count it. It's always water. A little bit is water, a lot is still water. Those are the general rules. However, there are some complications. Firstly, some English dialects, such as American, use less with nouns you can count to. So, in some countries you would say, there are less spiders in the garden than last year. Less would be used with words that you can go 1, 2, 3, 4 of as well. So yes, less in these countries is used in the same way as fewer. Except this is considered informal. So if you need to be formal, for example, if you're doing work for college or university or business, or you just need to be formal for a particular reason, use fewer. And if you're in doubt, use fewer, because fewer will always be correct with nouns you can count, except less is used instead of fewer with some measurements. So, for example, money, distances, weights, we tend to use less. For example, there's less than 10 kilometers to go. I made $5 less this week. We wouldn't usually say I made $5 fewer this week, even though dollars is countable. So often when there is a numerical value, we move towards less rather than fewer. Finally, sometimes we can put of after less and of after fewer. And this is before determiners and pronouns. So these are words like the, those, both, not, your, my, her, his, and so on. So, for example, less of your research was in the article. We wouldn't say less your research. That would be wrong. Or we would say there were fewer of the boys in the school play, perhaps compared to last year. Maybe last year there were more. This year there were fewer. We would not say there were fewer the boys. That would be wrong. So remember, before determiners and pronouns, add of after less and fewer.